I'm on the wheels of steel.
So we got the birthday man on the wheels of steel. My name is Slam.
Nice.
I'm a Detroit dude, but I came here from New York City, and I was director A&R for Bad Boy Records for like 8-9 years. I came to LA. Let me go back to tell you my first DeNiro sighting experience.
He said sighting. Yeah. I'm like Sasquatch.
So I started hearing about DeNiro a lot of years ago, and it was a guy named McKelly Jameson who I grew up with. He was from Chicago, but he used to always come to Detroit and try to get the Detroit swag because he wanted to be a singer. So he was like, Slam, it's this guy named DeNiro, man. You remind me, you know, T Smooth. This guy named T Smooth, you remind me so much of. You gotta meet this guy, man. He's so, like, this nigga's so dope, but I'm about to sign, got this video about to come, and we doing it. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just like a little engineer kid or whatever, but I keep hearing T Smooth, T Smooth. Yo, my body's right now, look at me, son. T Smooth got me right, I'm about to come out with this record. I'm like, yeah, nigga, right. Back then, we were just dreaming about making records. Wake up on a Saturday, I turn on the TV, and this nigga's actually on a video. He actually got a record out. I'm like, yo, this nigga T Smooth is for real. So this was my first, like, introduction to the name, to the myth, to the whatever of T Smooth. I go to Atlanta. Kids running around Atlanta. Yo, man, this guy named T Smooth. That's your brother, dog? I'm like, no, that ain't my brother. He's like, yo, remind me of this dude, man, T Smooth. You need to know him. I started to hear this shit again. I'm in Atlanta. I saw Austin him out there. So I leave there, and I said, you know what? Let me go to New York and try to get to New York. Now Puff is talking about, yo, get DeNiro on the phone. It ain't clicking that DeNiro and T Smooth is this cat. I'm getting ready to do my Sean John fashion show, my runway shit. I gotta get the swag all the way right. I need a fly nigga to do my modeling on my jeans. Yeah. Get DeNiro out here. This is the first time. We standing outside on 44th, 8th Avenue in front of Daddy's House Studios. It's me, Diddy, security, this and that. I see this shadow coming up the walk. It ain't no normal walk. I'm like, this is a real confident motherfucker coming up this sidewalk right here. Who is this nigga? So they're like, oh, that's DeNiro. That nigga get all the bitches. I'm like, word? They're like, yeah. They're like, nigga, you think you something? What's you see this nigga? So Diddy walks around, this and that. He comes up. He stands, he comes to introduce him. I'm like, yeah, this a fly nigga right here, dog. He's like, well, he gonna model the jeans line. He gonna get the whole shit sexy for the show, this and that. So we get to the fashion show. Nigga come no shirt on with the jeans walking, bitches going crazy. Fifth Avenue, Madison Square Garden, the whole lights, camera action, New York, Sean John fashion show, day one. I'm like, word? They like, yeah. They're like, nigga, you think you something? What's you see this nigga? So Diddy walks around, this and that. He comes up, he stands, he comes to introduce him. I'm like, yeah. He going down the runway. I'm looking, I'm like, who? So this, I still ain't put together this T Smooth yet. So we go, he does the runway thing and all this and that. I said, you know what? This is a fly dude. Let me figure out what's going on with this cat, man. So I started asking Uncle Paulie, that's Puff's out of security, and I said, who's this DeNiro cat? What's this? Next thing you know, DeNiro's putting together this whole thing about reinventing Sean Diddy Combs into this new thing. Spawns off of this Farnsworth Bentley movement. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about, Farnsworth Bentley and this and that? So they go get this guy named Derek Watkins from Atlanta. DeNiro suggests that we're gonna call this guy Farnsworth Bentley, and he's gonna be your butler, manservant, your Jerome to the whole Time Prince movement thing. And this is how you're gonna reinvent yourself. So he's not only coming in and giving the swag and setting off the Sean John, he's giving the whole new reinvention of this person Diddy that we're gonna give to the world. So he's reinvented the man by giving him this whole swag and that. Now, the world might never know that, but I'm telling you, that's what went down. So next thing you know, you see the umbrella in Saint-Tropez and Ibiza, and I'm like, I'm getting flown to Ibiza and Saint-Tropez. I'm like, what the fuck is Ibiza and Saint-Tropez? I'm not even understanding that DeNiro then put Diddy up on the new party spots around the world. So now, because of that movement, I'm in Ibiza, I'm in Saint-Tropez, I'm in Sardinia, I'm all over the world partying with the biggest party scene ever because of this guy DeNiro / T Smooth that I've just been hearing about. I get back to New York. Well, Kelly's a bad boy writer. He's writing on a Faith Evans album. He's telling me about, you know, the guy. I'm telling him about De Niro and this and that, what's been going on. He says, you know what? Remember that Cat T Smooth I was telling you about? That's De Niro, nigga. I'm like, what? He like, yeah. I'm like, oh, this is too crazy, man. Long story short, now I fast forward. My life is changing. I put in my 8-9 years at Bad Boy. I've written Last Night with Keisha Cole and Diddy. I've written Tell Me with Christina Aguilera and Diddy. I've written Come to Me with Nicole from Pussycat Dolls and Diddy. And I feel like, you know what? It's time for me to move on. I get to LA just after writing them records. I sign a co-pub deal when I get out here, but I ain't got no fucking money. I'm out of money. I'm broke. I'm fucked up. And I'm staying with a friend of mine. Y'all might know him, DJ. He did all the Outkast records and shit like that. De Niro comes over there, and I'm like, you know what, man? I gotta get my own place. I figure I'll get my own place. I said, De Niro, man, I need some money, dog. I ain't calling Diddy. I just met this dude. Had a spiritual connection with him. Dude came and dropped me off $2,500 like it wasn't shit. I didn't even know this motherfucker. So I'm like, you know what? This dude is not only swagged out, his spirit is amazing. This dude don't even know me from Adam, but he's willing to help me in my transition to LA and make my life easier. He sowed a seed with me at that particular time that made me feel like I knew him for 20 years. And to this day, whatever my man need, music side, vocal production, engineering, a helping hand, if it ain't nothing but good energy, he got it from his man Slam. He let me know day one what it was. So moving fast forward from that, come over here, and I'm like trying to just figure LA out. I'm trying to figure out how to move around and shit like that, and just really get my swagger going and how to build something. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna make the next Vanity 6. I'm gonna make the next Vanity 6 the whole shit. So I found these girls named Electric Red. Electric Red was my sculpture of what I was gonna do with Vanity 6. Guess what? De Niro went in the studio with me, and me and him wrote all the songs, vocaled all the songs, came up with concepts, helped me figure out what it is I was going to do. And Electric Red, to this day, took our songs, did a showcase for Shakir and L.A. Reid, and got a deal on my ideas, and De Niro taking me to the next level with them. And now people are getting deals still to this day based on the work and efforts and energy of this man. So now, we're fast forwarding again. Here comes this girl, Lex Luthor. I'm like, oh, what the fuck is this, De Niro? Because he's got me working with some guy who can't sing. I don't want to mention his name, but we hustling at this particular time, just getting a check. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this nigga doing? I'm getting nervous now because all this swag shit ain't connecting to what he got me doing with this nigga. But it was a bridge to help me get some money, to help my life get easier to these publishing people gave me my money. So I understood what it was after that, and I understood that you gotta sow some seeds sometimes into things that you don't believe in to help smooth your life over to get the things that you are trying to, or that you do believe in. So he taught me that life lesson at that particular time. Here comes this girl named Lex Luthor. I'm like, oh, here we go with this shit again. I'm thinking maybe it's some more cornball shit like this other guy that we just fucked with. Here we go, motherfucking again. So he's like, yeah, you guys check it out. Blase, blase, blase. So I come over here and I see her. I'm like, oh, this girl's a star. You can just look at a person and tell if they got that thing. So I'm like, oh, I hope she can sing. Oh, Lord, I hope this ain't one of them things. So we got to vibing now, got to roll. I'm like, okay, we got something. So now I'm seeing a girl, again, with the resistance and not understanding what it is, not understanding who she's working with, not understanding the history behind it. And I'm like, you know what? It's okay, because now she's not only becoming an artist, she's learning life lessons. So my whole thing out of this conversation is, not only am I spiritually connected to De Niro, but I've been able to learn life lessons. I want to say happy birthday. I love you. God bless.
That was great.
Hey, man. And the people said. That was cool.